Oh no, I am so sorry. I didn't realize I was muted. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you so much, Anubis. Um, Thank you, Oro. Uh, anyway, so we're gonna be doing things a little bit different. Um, I will be reading Bram Stoker's Dracula, and my husband Sagrel at the back in the background at the bar there is going to be doing the voice of Dracula. I have no idea how he's going to do it yet. If he's going to be reading it like the Alucard from Helsing, or how he's doing it yet. Just please, for the love of God, don't be Gremlin.
I can be goofy.
Oh my God, please don't. I will read the entire thing by myself if you do that. Anyway, having problems with bad hair day at the moment. So please no. He does not need. You do not need to encourage him. I will take your mod status from you. Anyway, so everything is done in. You know what? Fuck it. If you want to do it as Alucard from Helsing abridged, fine. Just not the jokes. All right. Anyway, so everything is done as journal entries. And if it's in a different language, we're going to be reading the English versions as we really would prefer not to butcher anything. So we are going to start with chapter 1, which is Jonathan Harker's journal. And it says that it is kept in shorthand. It starts on May 3rd in Bistritz. It said, left Munich at 8:35 p.m. on 1st May, arriving at Vienna early next morning. Should have arrived at 6:46. The train was an hour late. Budapest seems a wonderful place, from the glimpse which I got of it from the train and the little I could walk through the streets. I feared to go very far from the station, as we had arrived late and would start as near the correct time as possible. The impression I had was that we were leaving the west and entering the east. The most western of splendid bridges over the Danube, which is here of noble width and depth, took us among the traditions of Turkish rule. We left in pretty good time, and came after nightfall to Klausenburg. Here I stopped for the night at the Hotel Royal. I had for dinner, or rather supper, a chicken done up some way with red pepper, which was very good but thirsty. Memo, get recipe for Mina. I asked the waiter, and he said it was called paprika Hendel, and that, as it was a national dish, I should be able to get it anywhere along the Carpathians. I found my smattering of German very useful here. Indeed, I don't know how I should be able to get on without it. Thank you, Anubis. Having some time at my disposal when in London, I had visited the British Museum and made search among the books and maps of the library regarding Transylvania. It had struck me that some foreknowledge of the country should hardly fail to have some importance in dealing with a noble of that country. I found that the district he named is in the extreme east of the country, just on the borders of the 3 states, Transylvania, Moldavia, and Bukovina, in the midst of the Carpathian Mountains, one of the wildest and least known portions of Europe. I was not able to light on any map or work given the exact locale of the Castle Dracula, as there are no maps of this country as yet to compare with our own Ordnance Survey maps. But I found that Bistritz, the post town named by Count Dracula, is a fairly well-known place. I shall enter here some of my notes, as they may refresh my memory when I talk over my travels with Mina. The population of Transylvania here are 4 distinct nationalities: Saxons in the north, and mixed with them the Wallachians, honey, how do you pronounce that?
Wallachia.
There's no A on there. The Wallachs?
No, it's pronounced Wallachia. It's
Okay, the Wallachians, who are descendants of the Dracians, Magyars in the west, and Zekel- Zekelis in the east and north. I apologize for my butchering of this. This is actually a very difficult book to read. I am going among the latter, who claim to have been descended from Attila the Huns. This may be so, for when the Magyars conquered the country in the 11th century, they found the Huns settled in it. I read that every known superstition in the world is gathered into the horseshoe of the Carpathians, as if it were the center of some sort of imaginative whirlpool. If so, my stay here may be very interesting. Memo: I must ask the Count of all about them. I did not sleep well, though my bed was comfortable enough, for I had all sort of queer dreams. There was a dog howling all night long under my window, which may have something to do with it, or it may have been the paprika, for I had to drink up all the waters in my carafe, and was still thirsty. Towards morning, I slept and was wakened by the continuous knocking at my door, so I guess I must have been sleeping soundly then. I had for breakfast more paprika, and a sort of porridge of maize flour, which they said was mamaliga, and eggplant stuffed with forcemeat, a very excellent dish, which they call implantada or implantada. Memento, get recipe for this also. I had to hurry breakfast, for the train started a little before 8, or rather, it ought to have done so, for after rushing to the station at 7:30, I had to sit in the carriage for more than an hour before we began to move. It seems to me that the farther east you go, the more east you go, the more unpunctual are the trains. What ought they be in China? All day long we seemed to dawdle through the country, which was full of beauty of every kind. Sometimes we saw little towns or castles on the top of steep hills, such as we see in old missals. Sometimes we ran by rivers and streams, which seemed from the wide stony margin on each side of them to be subject to great floods. It takes a lot of water, and running strong, to sweep the outside edge of a river clear. At every station there were groups of people, sometimes crowds, and in all sorts of attire. Some of them were just like peasants at home, or those I saw coming through France and Germany, with short jackets and round hats, and home-made trousers, but others were very picturesque. The women looked pretty, except when you got near them, but they were all very clumsy about the waist. They had all full white sleeves of some kind or other, and most of them had big belts with a lot of stripes of something fluttering from them like the dresses in a ballet, but of course petticoats under them. The strangest figures we saw were the Slovaks, who were who are more Bulgarian than the rest, or barbarian than the rest, with their big cowboy hats, great baggy, dirty white trousers, white linen shirts, and enormous heavy leather belts, nearly a foot wide, all studded over with brass nails. They wore high boots with their trousers tucked into them, and had long black hair and heavy black mustaches. They are very picturesque, but do not look prepossessing. On the stage, they would be set down at once as some old Oriental band of brigands. They are, however, I am told, very harmless and rather wanting in natural self-assertion. It was on the dark side of twilight when we got to Bistritz, which is a very interesting old place, being practically on the frontier, for the Borgo Pass leads from it to Bukovina. It has had a very stormy existence, and it certainly shows marks of it. 50 years ago, a series of great fires took place, which made terrible havoc on 5 separate occasions. At the very beginning of the 17th century, it underwent a siege of 3 weeks and lost 13,000 people. the casualties of war proper being assisted by famine and disease. Count Dracula had directed me to go to the Golden Crone Hotel, which I found, to my delight, to be thoroughly old-fashioned, for of course I wanted to see all I could of the ways of the country. I was evidently expected, for when I got near the door, I faced a cheery-looking elderly woman in the usual peasant dress, white undergarments with long double apron, front and back, of colored stuff fitting almost too tight for modesty. When I came close, she bowed and said, "The Eyre Englishman?" "Yes," I said. "Jonathan Harker?" She smiled and gave some message to an elderly man in white sleeve shirts who had followed her to the door. He went, but immediately returned with a letter. "My friend, welcome." Oh, it's the letter from him. Right here.
My friend, welcome to the Carpathians. I am anxiously expecting you. Sleep well tonight. At 3 tomorrow, the diligence will start for Bukovina. A place on it is kept for you. At the Borgo Pass, my carriage will await you and will bring you to me. I trust that your journey from London has been a happy one, and that you will enjoy your stay in my beautiful land. Your friend, Dracula.
Okay. 4 May. I found that my landlord had gotten a letter from the Count, directing him to secure the best place in the coach for me, but on making inquiries as to details, he seemed somewhat reticent, and pretended that he could not understand my German. This could not be true, because up to then he had understood it perfectly. At least, he answered my questions exactly as he did. He and his wife, the old lady who had received me, looked at each other in a frightened sort of way. He mumbled out that the money had been sent in a letter, and that was all he knew. When I asked him if he knew Count Dracula and could tell me anything of his castle, both he and his wife crossed themselves and, saying that they knew nothing at all, simply refused to speak further. It was so near the time of starting that I had no time to ask anyone else, for it was all very mysterious and not by any means comforting. Just before I was leaving, the old lady came up to my room and said in a very hysterical way, "Must you go? Oh, young heir, must you go?" She was in such an excited state that she seemed to have lost her grip of what German she knew, and mixed it all up with some other language which I did not know at all. I was just able to follow her by asking many questions. When I told her that I must go at once, and that I was engaged on important business, she asked again, "Do you know what day it is?" I answered that it was the 4th of May. She shook her head and said again, "Oh yes, I know that. But do you know what day it is?" On my saying that I did not understand, she went on, "It's the eve of St. George's Day. Do you not know that tonight, when the clock strikes midnight, all the evil things in the world will have full sway? Do you know that where you are going, and what you are going to?" She was in such evident distress that I tried to comfort her, but without effect. Finally, she went down on her knees and implored me not to go, at least to wait a day or two before starting it. It was all very ridiculous, and I did not feel comfortable. However, there was business to be done, and I could not allow nothing to interfere with it. I therefore tried to raise her up, and said, as gravely as I could, that I thanked her, but my duty was imperative, and that I must go. She then rose and dried her eyes, and taking a crucifix from her neck, offered it to me. I did not know what to do, for, as an Englishman churchman, I have been taught to regard such things as in some measure idolatrous, and yet it seemed so ungracious to refuse an old lady meaning so well and in such a state of mind. She saw, I suppose, the doubt in my face, for she put the rosary round my neck and said, "For your mother's sake," and went out of the room. I am writing up this part of the diary whilst I am waiting for the coach, which is, of course, late, and the crucifix is still around my neck. Whether it is the old lady's fear, I do not know, I am not feeling nearly as easy in my mind as usual. If this book should ever reach Mina before I do, let it bring my goodbye. Here comes the coach. 5 May, the castle. The gray of the morning has passed, and the sun is high over the distant horizon, which seems jagged. Whether the trees or hills, I do not know, for it is so far off that big things and little are mixed. I am not sleepy, and as I am not to be called till I awake, naturally I write till sleep comes. There are many odd things to put down, and lest who reads them may fancy that I dined too well before I left Bistritz, let me put down that my dinner exactly. I dined on what they call robber steak, bits of bacon, onion, and beef, seasoned with red pepper, unstrung on sticks and roasted over the fire, in the simple style of the London cat's meat. The wine was golden Midiash, which produces a queer sting on the tongue, which is, however, not disagreeable. I had only a couple glasses of this, and nothing else. When I got on the coach, the driver had not taken his seat, and I saw him talking with the landlady. They were evidently talking of me, for every now and then they looked at me, and some of the people who were sitting on the bench outside the door, which they called by name, meaning word-bearer, came and listened. And then they looked at me, most of them pityingly. I could hear a lot of words often repeated, queer words, for there are many nationalities in the crowd. So I quietly got my polyglot dictionary from my bag and looked them out. I must say they were not cheering for me, or for amongst them were Ordog, Satan, Pokal, Hell, Shagosia, Witch, Rolot, and I'm going to butcher this one and I apologize. Koslak, both of which meaning the same thing, one being Slovak and the other Servian, for something that is either werewolf or vampire. Memo, I must ask the Count about these superstitions. When we started, the crowd round the inn door, which had by this time swelled to a considerable size, all made the sign of the cross and pointed 2 fingers towards me. With some difficulty, I got a fellow passenger to tell me what they meant. He could not answer at first, but on learning that I was English, he explained that it was a charm on guard against the evil eye. This was not very pleasant for me, just starting for an unknown place to meet an unknown man, but everyone seemed so kind-hearted and so sorrowful and so sympathetic that I could not but be touched. I shall not forget the last glimpse which I had of the inn-yard and its crowd of picturesque figures, all crossing themselves as they stood round the wide archway, with its background of rich foliage of oleander and orange trees in green tubs clustered in the center of the yard. Then our driver, whose wide linen drawers covered the whole front of the box seat, Gatsa they called them, cracked his big whip over his 4 small horses, which ran abreast, and we set off on our journey. I soon lost sight and recollection of ghostly fears in the beauty of the scene as we drove along. Although I had known the language, or rather languages, which my fellow passengers were speaking, I might not have been able to throw them off so easily. Before us lay a green sloping land full of forests and woods, with here and there steep hills, crowned with clumps of trees or with farmhouses. The blank gable end to the road, there was everywhere a bewildering mass of fruit blossoms, apple, plum, pear, cherry, and as we drove by, I could see the green grass under the trees, spangled with the fallen petals. In and out amongst the green hills of what they call here the middle land, ran the road, losing itself as it swept round the grassy curve, or was shut out by the straggling ends of pine woods, which here and there ran down the hillside like tongues of flame. The road was rugged, but still we seemed to fly over it with a feverish haste. I could not understand then what the haste meant. but the driver was evidently bent on losing no time in reaching Borgo Brund. I was told that this road is in summertime excellent, but that it had not yet been put in order after the winter snows. In this respect, it is different from the general run of roads in the Carpathians, for it is an old tradition that they are not to be kept in too good order. Of old, the hospodars would not repair them, lest the Turk should think that they were preparing to bring in foreign troops, and so hasten the war, which was always really a loading point. Beyond the green swelling hills of Meadowland rose mighty slopes of forest up to the lofty steeps of the Carpathian themselves. Right and left of us they towered, with the afternoon sun falling upon them and bringing out all the glorious colors of this beautiful range, deep blue and purple in the shadows of the peaks, green and browns where the grass and rock mingled, and an endless perspective of jagged rock and pointed crags, till they were themselves lost in the distance, where the snowy peaks rose grandly. Here and there seemed mighty rifts in the mountains, through which, as the sun began to sink, we saw now and again the white gleam of falling water. One of my companions touched my arm as we swept round the base of a hill and opened up the lofty snow-covered peaks of a mountain which seemed, as we rounded on our serpentine way, to be right before us. "Look, is Tenzet, God's seat." And he crossed himself reverently. As we wound on our endless way, and the sun sank lower and lower behind us, the shadows of the evening began to creep around us. This was emphasized by the fact that the snowy mountain tops still held the sunset, and seemed to glow out with a delicate cool pink. Here and there we passed Czechs and Slovaks, all in picturesque attire, but I noticed that the goiter was painfully prevalent. By the roadside were many crosses, and as we swept by, my companions all crossed themselves. Here and there was a peasant man or woman kneeling before a shrine, who did not even turn round as we approached, but seemed, in the self-surrender of devotion, to have neither eyes nor ears for the outer world. There were many things new for me. For instance, hayricks in the trees, and here and there very beautiful masses of weeping birch, their white stems shining like silver through the delicate green of the leaves. Now and again we passed a leader wagon, the ordinary peasant's cart, with its long, snake-like vertebrae, calculated to suit the inadequacies of the road, or inequalities. On this were sure to be seated quite a group of homecoming peasants, the Czechs with their white and the Slovaks with their colored sheepskins, the latter carrying lance fashion with their long staves, with axe at end. As the evening fell, it began to get very cold, and the growing twilight seemed to merge into one dark mistiness. The gloom of the trees, oak, beech, and pine, through the valleys which ran deep between the spurs of the hills. As we ascended through the pass, the dark firs stood out here and there against the background of the late-laying snow. Sometimes, as the road was cut through the pine woods that seemed to, in the darkness, to be closing down upon us, great masses of grayness, which here and there bestrewed the trees, produced a peculiar, weird, and solemn effect, which carried on the thoughts and grim fancies engendered earlier in the evening. When the following sunset threw into strange relief the ghost-like clouds which amongst the Carpathians seemed to wind ceaselessly through the valleys. Sometimes the hills were so steep that, despite our driver's haste, the horses could only go slowly. I wished to get down and walk up them, as we do at home, but the driver would not hear of it. "No, no," he said, "you must not walk here. The dogs are too fierce." And then he added, with what he evidently meant for grim pleasantry, for he looked round to catch the approving smile of the rest, "And you may have enough of such matters before you go to sleep. The only stop he would make was a moment's pause to light the lamps. When it grew dark, there seemed to be some excitement amongst the passengers, and they kept speaking to him, one after the other, as though urging him to further speed. He lashed the horses unmercifully with his long whip, and with wild cries of encouragement urged them on to further exertions. Then, through the darkness, I could see a sort of patch of grey light ahead of us, as though there was a cleft in the hills. The excitement of the passengers grew greater. The crazy coach rocked on its great leather springs, and swayed like a boat tossed on a stormy sea. I had to hold on. The road grew more level, and we appeared to fly along. Then the mountains seemed to come nearer to us on each side, and to frown down upon us. We were entering the Borgo Pass. One by one, several of the passengers offered me gifts, which they pressed upon me with earnestness, which would take no denial. These were certainly of an old and varied kind, but each given in a simple good faith, with a kindly word and a blessing, and that strange mixture of fear-meaning movements which I had seen outside the hotel at Bistritz, the sign of the cross and the guard against the evil eye. Then, as we flew along, the driver leaned forward, and on each side the passengers, craning over the edge of the coach, peered eagerly into the darkness. It was evident that something very exciting was either happening or expected, but though I asked each passenger, no one would give me the slightest explanation. This state of excitement kept on for some little time, and at last we knew before us the pass opened out into the eastern side. There were dark rolling clouds overhead, and in the air the heavy oppressive sense of thunder. It seemed as though the mountain range had separated two atmospheres, and that now we had got onto the thunderous one. I was now myself looking out for the conveyance which was to take me to the Count. Each moment I expected to see the glare of lamps through the blackness, but all was dark. The only light was the flickering rays of our own lamps, in which steam from our hard-driven horses rose in a white cloud. We could now see the sandy road lying white before us, but there was on it no sign of a vehicle. The passengers drew back with a sigh of gladness, which seemed to mock my own disappointment. I was already thinking what I had best do, when the driver, looking at his watch, said to the others something that I could hardly hear. It was spoken so quietly and in so low a tone. I thought it was an hour less than the time. Then, turning to me, he said in German, worse than my own, "There is no carriage here. The heir is not expected after all. He will now come on to Bukovina, and return tomorrow, or the next day, better the next day." Whilst he was speaking, the horses began to neigh and snort and plunge wildly, so the driver had to hold them up. Then, amongst a chorus of screams from the peasants, and a universal crossing of themselves, a caleche with 4 horses drove up behind us, overtook us, and drew up beside the coach. I could see from the flash of our lamps, as the rays fell on them, that the horses were coal-black and splendid animals. They were driven by a tall man with a long brown beard and a great black hat, which seemed to hide his face from us. I could only see the gleam of a pair of very bright eyes, which seemed red in the lamplight, as he turned to us. He said to the driver, "You are early tonight, my friend." The man stammered in reply, "The English heir was in a hurry," to which the stranger replied, "That is why, I suppose, you wished him to go on to Bukovina. You cannot deceive me, my friend. I know too much, and my horses are swift." As he spoke, he smiled. The lamplight fell on a hard-looking mouth, with very red lips and sharp-looking teeth as white as ivory. One of my companions whispered to the other line from Burger's Lenore, "For the dead travel fast." The strange driver evidently heard the words, for he looked up with a gleaming smile. The passenger turned his face away, at the same time putting out his 2 fingers and crossing himself. "Give me the heir's luggage," said the driver. with an exceedingly alacrity. My bags were handed out and put into the caleche. Then I descended from the side of the coach. As the caleche was close alongside, the driver helped me with a hand which caught my arm in a grip of steel. His strength must have been prodigious. Without a word, he shook his reins. The horses turned, and we swept into the darkness of the pass. As I looked back, I saw the steam from the horses of the coach by the light of the lamps, and projected against it the figures of my late companions crossing themselves. Then the driver cracked his whip and called to his horses, and off they swept on their way to Bukovina. As they sank into the darkness, I felt a strange chill, and a lonely feeling came over me. But a cloak was thrown over my shoulders, and a rug across my knees, and the driver said in excellent German, "The night is chill, mynheer, and my master, the count, bade me take all care of you. There was a flask of Slivonvitz, the plum brandy of the country, underneath the seat, if you should require it. I did not take any, but it was a comfort to know that it was there, all the same." I felt a little strange, and not a little frightened. I think had there been any alternative, I should have taken it, instead of prosecuting that unknown night journey. The carriage went at a hard pace straight along. Then we made a complete turn and went along another straight road. It seemed to me that we were simply going over and over the same ground again, and so I took note of some salient point and found that this was so. I would have liked to have asked the driver what this all meant, but I really feared to do so, for I thought that, placed as I was, any protest would have had no effect in case there had been an intention to delay. By and by, however, I was curious to know how time was passing. I struck a match, and by its flame looked at my watch. It was within a few minutes of midnight. This gave me a sort of shock, for I suppose the general superstition about midnight was increased by my recent experiences. I waited with a sick feeling of suspense. Then a dog began to howl somewhere in a farmhouse far down the road, a long, agonizing wail, as if in fear. The sound was taken up by another dog, and then another, and another, till, bore on the wind which now sighed softly through the pass, a wild howling began, which seemed to come from all over the country, as far as the imagination could grasp it through the gloom of the night. At the first howl, the horses began to strain and rear, but the driver spoke to them soothingly, and they quieted down, but shivered and sweated as though after a runaway from sudden fright. Then, far off in the distance, from the mountains on each side of us, began a louder and sharper howling, that of wolves, which affected both of the horses and myself in the same way, for I was minded to jump from the caleche and run, whilst they reared again and plunged madly, so that the driver had to use all his great strength to keep them from bolting. In a few minutes, however, my own ears got accustomed to the sound, and the horses so far became quieter that the driver was able to descend and to stand before them. He petted and soothed them, and whispered something in their ears, as I have heard of horse-tamers doing, and with extraordinary effect, for under his caresses they became quite manageable again. Though they still trembled, the driver again took his seat, and shaking his reins, started off at a great pace. This time, after going to the far side of the pass, he suddenly turned down a narrow road which ran sharply to the right. Soon we were hemmed in with trees, which in places arched right over the roadway till we passed as through a tunnel, and again great frowning rocks guarded us boldly on either side. Though we were in shelter, we could hear the rising wind, for it moaned and whistled through the rocks, and the branches of the trees crashed together as we swept along. It grew colder and colder still, and fine powdery snow began to fall, so that soon we and all around us were covered with a white blanket. The keen wind still carried the howling of the dogs, though this grew fainter as we went on our way. The baying of the wolves sounded nearer and nearer, as though they were closing round on us from every side. I grew dreadfully afraid, and the horses shared my fear, but the driver was not in the least disturbed. He kept turning his head to the left and right, but I could not see anything through the darkness. Suddenly, away on our left, I saw a faint flickering blue flame. The driver saw it at the same moment. He at once checked the horses and, jumped to the ground, disappeared into the darkness. I did not know what to do, the less as the howling of the wolves grew closer, but while I wondered, the driver suddenly appeared again, and without a word took his seat, and we resumed our journey. I think I must have fallen asleep and kept dreaming of the incident, for it seemed to be repeated endlessly, and now, looking back, it was like a sort of awful nightmare. Once the flame appeared so near the road that even in the darkness around us I could watch the driver's motions. He went rapidly to where the blue flame rose. It must have been very faint, for it did not seem to illuminate the place around it at all, and gathered a few stones, formed them into some device. Once there appeared to be a strange optical effect, where he stood between me and the flame. He did not obstruct it, for I could see its ghostly flicker all the same. This startled me, but as the effect was only momentary, I took it that my eyes deceived me, straining through the darkness. Then, for a time, there was no blue flames, and we sped onward through the gloom, with the howling of the wolves around us, as though they followed through the moving circle. At last there came a time when the driver went further afield than he had yet done, and during his absence the horses began to tremble worse than ever and to snort and scream in fright. I could not see any cause for it, for the howling of the wolves had ceased altogether. But just then the moon, sailing through the black clouds, appeared behind the jagged crest of a beetling, pine-clad rock, and by its light I saw around us a ring of wolves, with white teeth and lolling red tongues, with long, sinewy limbs and shaggy hair. They were 100 times more terrible in the grim silence in which I held them than even when they howled. For myself, I felt a sort of paralysis of fear. It is only when a man feels himself face to face with such horrors that he can understand their true import. All at once the wolves began to howl as though the moonlight had had some peculiar effect on them. The horses jumped about and reared, and looked helplessly around with eyes that rolled in a painful way to see, but the living ring of terror encompassed them on every side, and they had perforce to remain within it. I called to the coachman to come, for it seemed to me that our only chance was to try to break out through the ring and to aid his approach. I shouted and beat the side of the calash, hoping the noise to scare the wolves from the side, so as to give him a chance of reaching the trap. How he came there, I know not, but I heard his voice raised in a tone of imperious command, and looking towards the sound, saw him standing in the roadway. As he swept his long arms, as though brushing aside some impalpable obstacle, the wolves fell back, and back further still. Just then a heavy cloud passed across the face of the moon, so that we were again in darkness. When I could see again, the driver was climbing into the caleche, and the wolves had disappeared. This was all so strange and uncanny that a fearful dread came upon me, and I was afraid to speak or move. The time seemed interminable as we swept on our way, now in almost complete darkness, for the rolling clouds obscured the moon. We kept on ascending, with occasional periods of quick descent, but in the main always ascending. Suddenly I became conscious of the fact that the driver was in the act of pulling up the horses from the courtyard of a vast ruined castle, from whose tall black windows came no ray of light, and whose broken battlements showed a jagged line against the moonlit sky. In-game?
We've been talking about redeems in the chat of.
Okay. I need to take a drink. I'm surprised you didn't do hydrate on
I don't
me.
think a lot of people have channel points yet. The only ones who do are
You
like,
have infinite channel points. I'm surprised you didn't do the hydrate on me.
let me see if you can hear it.
Does it make a noise?
No.
No noise.
So I'll have to set up as a sound alert.
Yeah.
Just probably make it go like me going sip, sip, sip.
Oh my god.
I love you.
My wrist is starting to hurt. This one. Roger, Roger.
Thanks, Anubis. Do you think you can get through chapter 2 before you
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can do chapter 2.
I think you could maybe walk it. I was gonna say maybe you could play some Slime Rancher, but maybe that might be a little too hard on your wrists right now.
No, probably won't. That actually depends on the chat if they want to see me attempt to do Slime Rancher. That's up to them, though. You guys want me to continue, or do you go on chapter 2, or do you guys want to see me play some Slime Rancher? I am actually pretty horrible when I'm by myself. Well, yeah, yes and no. It depends.
I trust you can do it, huh?
Star, I was asking you guys. Well,
I heard
Anubis said Slime Rancher, so
I heard Slime Rancher. Maybe I can do some redeems that we can enable for you to use specific slime combos.
Huh? What do you mean?
Like make a rock slime fusion as a redeem for you.
Why? Okay, so
Because.
I have chapter 2 marked. I'm gonna read them as each chapter at a time. Put book down. Get controller. So.
Oh, and because no one's going to be able to redeem it quite yet.
What'd you do? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I love you.
You know you don't.
Our one sound alert.
You know. Oh! Yay! Thank you! Thank you, Star! Yay! Our first sub! Thank you!
Anubis, I thought you were going to be the first sub. You were talking all that hype about it.
Hey, look! He's even got first!
Star just stole it from you.
Yeah, he actually did. Hey, I mean, you can still be second. We got that first, second, third place going there. I was like, let's see, slime. Thank you, Oro. Oh, she just took second place from you.
She gave us with pride. Oh my.
Oh no, Anubis. Oh no, Anubis.
Oh no, Anubis.
Wait, do I need a key with this?
Oh,
excuse me.
You don't.
I have the burpees. I'm sorry,
You
guys.
just gotta turn it out of full screen mode.
How do I? Oh, there's another one.
And there's Anubis.
Thank you, Anubis. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys.
Hey, look, we have a hype train going.
Alright, remember, change it over to gaming.
So, game.
And then you're gonna go to your source. Oh, where's your source?
Did you just, again? Wait, okay. My source what?
Sources? Sources tab down here?
Sources.
Alright. And you need to scroll down.
Active game?
Yep. And you see the little drop down right here?
What drop
Where it
down?
says Monster Hunter World?
No.
The little drop down right there.
Yes.
Choose the one that says Slime Rancher.
Slime Rancher. Okay. Is it? Woo!
There it goes. It's all set up for you now. Just go back to Slime Rancher.
How come it did the notifications multiple times?
It might have been a little bugged out.
so
So you need no, you don't want to
close it
that
out?
one.
Okay, leave
No,
that open.
because remember that's from the mod.
Oh! So we actually can do this as a multiplayer.
Yes, we could.
Do you want to join me, Anubis? We can play together. What did Anubis say?
I don't know yet. The Anubis has not responded
What are you
yet.
giggling for then?
Huh?
What are you giggling for?
Just the fact that I'm just looking at stuff.
Yeah, we actually have. Wait a minute. They actually have to have the ability to do multiplayer in order to play multiplayer with me.
Mod.
I'm just gonna go ahead and start it up then. So, new game. Let's do Tabby. Yeah, no, let's have the, I have adventure I can do with the TARS. Now, unfortunately, considering that I have my game open, I don't have a second screen, so I can't see what the chat says, so I'm gonna have to rely on coffee for this. Go away. Go away. I think I do need Joy to key. It's not letting me move. It's giving me the keyboard key signals. What happened?
I love music.
What sticker?
The first sticker. It's a founder sticker. As one of our first subscribers.
Yay!
Okay, so options, input, gamepad.
I feel dumb. Disable? No.
We want it on. Resume.
No.
Hold on. Let me see it for a sec. We're gonna have to save and quit. And we may have to restart it. Give it a sec.
Yes, you got a founder sticker, Anubis. I have yet to get one. Wait, does this mean... Hold on. I'm gonna get one too.
You're gonna subscribe to
I'm gonna
us?
subscribe to myself. Hold on. Really? Go figure, Oro. Twitch. I'm gonna subscribe to myself. Cafe d'Arcadia. Subscribe.
I'm gonna see if it's gonna let me.
I can subscribe frame with Prime. I should hear it in boop. Subscribe. Phone makes me do a finger password.
We may need to remove the mod.
I subscribe to myself.
Yeah. We're gonna have to verify your files real quick, hon.
Woohoo! I subscribe to myself.
You're gonna lose access to the mod for now. Okay?
That's fine. Oh my god. Go figure, y'all are gonna be doing this. I told you as soon as you had one of those bots that people were gonna abuse it the moment they could. Especially considering that's the only one we have.
It's the only one they can do on that makes a sound to stream right now.
So, we don't have the specific sound for subscriber yet, do we, right?
No.
Yeah, because for new follows, we actually have it set up that it's like, say if somebody opens up a cafe door, you have like that bell. What do I do here? Honey, what do I do?
So close that now.
Please.
Now hit play.
Play.
Yes.
Play?
So what I did was it basically removed the mod because I think it stopped the controller support.
Why?
Because it was stopping you from being able to use your controller.
Oh, why would it stop controller support? That sucks.
Because it was just being a butt.
You mean kind of like Honey Pie is being a butt to me?
Yeah.
And it stopped working after the first time? This is not cool. So much for controller support.
Hold on.
Do I need Joy to keep?
No, because it should be reading this. Input. Hold on.
What's going on?
I don't know why it's not reading your controller. Actually, we're gonna try something. Hold on.
I'm sorry,
this?
guys.
Do you think that?
How do I...
Just like turn it off.
I gotta pull the batteries out, because if I don't, it's weird.
Try plugging in my controller real quick. Maybe it's just not linking the wireless.
I plug this in, I lose mouse.
Yeah, lose mouse for a little bit.
Eh. Okay. What happened? Why are you giggling? I can't see what's going on.
Here you go. Oh yeah, why is it reading my controller, but it's not reading yours?
Whatever. Bluetooth sucks.
That's fine. I can use mouse and key if I need to for most of my games.
Oh, yeah, and by the way, we actually set it to where you can only do the lurking one time per stream per person. Coffee did that.
Yeah, I wanted to only do one Duke because the fact it was going.
It is very it's stiff.
Okay, now hit start. Go to options. Go up to gamepad. There you go. Now I'm going to look sensitivity and bring that about 50% on each of those. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. And then hit B. Hit resume.
Woo! Better! Oh! Woo! That's sensitive!
Is it too much?
No.
Okay.
Okay, there's 3. Where's the other little booger? It's chicken.
Yeah. And then as we set... Well, yeah, the reason why we put the quiet corner as once per stream
There you are.
was the entire point was that if they just want to come in and lurk, they can come in and lurk. If they've been chatting for a while, they just want to lurk, they can do it. But that way, not everybody who has like 1,000 things can keep redeeming it.
Yeah.
It's a button that basically says, "Hi, I'm here, but please don't look too hard at me."
Yeah, but isn't that kind of like not... Yeah.
Well, I mean, like some people don't like being like called out while they're on stream, you know?
Carrots.
Like, imagine Nell just got off a stream and her brain's mush, and she just wants to come sit down and listen to us.
Which probably might end up happening.
It might, but like, it would be one of those. Yeah, I'm gonna work on changing this title from my end in just a second. Nicholas.
What happened?
Oh no, it's still reading your story time.
I mean... Slime poop! Give me money! No. You did... Oh, sorry, these things are actually called plorts. But it's poop. No, I don't... Oh, okay. I was supposed to say. I got money. Time to go get more money. Wait, 300. Hold on.
Yeah, it's been updated.
Eh. Yeah. Wait, what the... Covers the basics. Alright. Built a garden. Oh, I'm just doing this stuff a heck of a lot faster than they expect me to. Transport. Wait! Wait! What do I shoot at you?
The gold?
Yeah! The money kitty!
Oh, you have to feed it food.
Ah! I don't have any meat! Can I wanted to capture it. Fort Powerhouse.
I'm gonna see if I can set up some extra sound real quick. Not right this instant.
Boink. Do you want an easy troll way to fast forward? Jump into water. Especially if you're in multiplayer, it just totally screws everybody up.
Anyways, for everybody, I'm able to, should be able to test from here.
Test what? Are you gonna subject my stuff? Whatever, I'm playing a
no,
game.
we
You
can't
can
test
do
that.
that. Okay, cats, I need you to poop.
I was gonna test the new follower, but...
Okay, so the way I do this, I get one of them to eat it, and I get a cat to eat the poop. Wait, no, that doesn't work. Nope, that'll be a hybrid. Wait. Actually, no, that'll be fine. Be a hybrid. Now eat you. Let me poop. Wait, I got poop! I got poop! On my first day, I got poop! Boop! Boop! Alright, eat. Let me poop. Come on. Come on. Eh, eh. Just up this way. Probably never thought you'd hear somebody get so excited about picking up poop.
You know how you love to want to be able to preview some sounds?
Yeah,
And then
but you
realize
can't.
you're not even plugged into the right audio channel?
Ouch! You're not even plugged into the right sounds.
Yep.
Poop! Give me the poop. Yeah, I know, you're gonna smack me. Whatever. Yeah, got it. Poop. Ouch. You butt, you ate my poop. Oh, I forgot map. Hi, map. X. Hey, map. I found a map. I found a map. Time to go sell my poop. Wee. Ice speed. Wait, no. Nope. You go away. No! Shit! No, 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 I fucked up. Go away. Is me. Made a mistake, chicken. You have made a mistake. You now forfeit your life. Hey, carrots!
I'll go find the sound for later.
Wee. Unfortunately, nighttime is the time when you have to worry about the tars the most. Boop. Hey, big guy. What's up? You look kinda cheery. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I need a lot more food for you. Really? Stop it. Danger. Must go home. Danger, 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 danger. Wee. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I don't need much more. He quivering. Run, 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 run. Yeah, yeah. I am sorry, sweetie, but you too close. Bye. Hey, hun, what's the chat saying?
Nothing at the moment. We're just all vibing watching you, though.
Watching me be dumb.
They're watching you catch big slime and shoot people at receptacles.
Oh, nope. Okay. Doo-ba-doo-doo. Typically I do this in a very methodical way, and I typically have like a grid pattern. This game is very relaxing for the fact that I have a very methodical way of doing it. Oh, honey, I've also come to the conclusion that if I'm going to play Minecraft, I have to borrow your controller.
It doesn't read your controller either?
Oh, no, it reads my controller, but what happens if I go into the end or the nether and Bluetooth decides to disconnect for a bit? I typically tend to walk in a straight line or walk in circles. And what happens if I'm using my, what is it, Legacy bow or my full-powered Elytra?
Honey, for those games, you can borrow my controller. I typically use mouse and key for them anyways.
Yeah, I'll sleep till day.
You just can't have my controller for Monster Hunter.
Oh no, I take full responsibility for all the bullshit. Ooh, that's pretty. I never noticed that. We got Northern Lights.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck achievement is that?
Which one?
Buck Bagoo?
Probably chickens. You're probably near enough to a chicken that full grew.
Poopy time! Alright. What's up, boogers? Get all the carrots and
You
crap.
fed hundreds of chickens to slimes.
That's what that means?
Yep, that's what it means.
So I take it that means over the full time that I've had the game.
Probably.
Got it. Here. Eh. Ooh, poop. I'm very close to popping the pink Gordo. Wee. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Boop, boop. One more. Oh, nope, there we go. Yeah. Slime key. Oh, shit, I just busted that thing open. It made a chicken. Boom. Hey. That's cool. Yeah. No. Oh, well. Eat it. No. My chicken. Go away. My chicken. It's just a hen though. Why does it look fake? I don't like this. Aw, poor baby's not gonna live very long. Poop. Poop. Hey, you guys are hiding. Hey, poop. Ah, fuck you. Damn it. Well, I have a slime key. Ooh.
Yeah. Anita says, "Man, I can't wait for the new Slime Rancher. It's coming to fall. It's coming in fall, so pretty soon."
I don't know how I feel about it, honestly. Cause like I don't really like Victor's place. Weird.
It's gonna be an entirely new ranch, honey.
Ah! Cat! Come here! I want you. Come here. Sorry, I don't talk as much while I'm gaming. I've never done that before. I kind of just get the hyper focus and I go quiet. It's just sometimes it's weird to me if I talk a lot. Here you go, cat. I need you. Alright, so I got Okay, that technically would be a boop, but eat it. There we go. I'm gonna have pink kitties. I dislike how slow this is. Ah! I need more poop. Poop. So which slime door should I open first?
Which one has the most slimes? Which one has the slimes you like? Well, perhaps. Maybe Shack give you an option.
Because I mean, we've got the mossy blanket, and then we've also got the one that gives us the nukes, which are the rad and boom slimes. They're in the same spot, right?
The quarry.
Yeah, the iridescent quarry.
They can be.
I am notorious for not opening letters.
Well, you can't trade if you don't open the letters, remember?
I know that. I guess I better go open letters, because I also can't upgrade from the Triple Z Corporation either. You weren't here earlier. Hey, looky! The kitties. Eat it! Eat the pink poo! Eat it. There we go. Eat it! Tabby poo? Tabby poo! Eh. How many do I still need? I should have like 6 in there, so 2 of them still need Tabby Boo. Y'all better be happy in there, cause there's food in there. If y'all ain't eating, y'all ain't just eat. Come on. Yeah. What? Tabby Poo. Give it. You're just gonna play with that, aren't you? Your butt. Those aren't toys. Those are food. Eat it. I don't have enough to get a silo right now to save that stuff. Oh, there's a person. Hey. I don't like you right now, but I can work on it. So 2 and 6. Has chat made a decision?
No, it doesn't look like chat has responded to us.
They may be doing other things. 1,
That's fine.
2. No. You're a veggie eater. You're supposed to eat that. Go eat it. Go eat it. Oh, there's 2. There's a lot of pinks here. Hey! I got 3.
We're in danger.
Why? What did we do?
News! New York State reported Thursday that it's detected a case of vaccine-derived polio.
I'm sorry, what?
Vaccine-derived polio.
What do you mean vaccine derived?
As in, a case of polio received from the vaccine.
Which vaccine?
The polio vaccine.
I think they fucked up on making it, because that's not how that's supposed to work.
No. Do you know what that means?
Huh.
The person who received it is effectively a case 0.
I don't think they're gonna be happy with that.
No, New York is not happy.
No, also case 0 because they get locked up now and experimented on.
The first such recorded case in the United States since 2013.
Wait, this ain't even a new thing?
This is the first time a case of a vaccine-derived source from polio since almost 10 years ago.
I mean, we had it eradicated.
Uh-huh. No, well, it wasn't actually eradicated. It was basically almost gone.
And more. Eight. Time to go collect. Cause y'all gonna there's already spawning. What? 1, 2. This shit valuable. No, I want it. Come on, there has to be some here somewhere. What?
No, I'm doing some stuff, and I think I may have figured out how to make Monster Hunter World work better. That way, Monster Hunter Friday, you won't have to jump to Rise again.
Maybe next week I'll be able to do actually Monster Hunter as well. 1, 2. Just need 2 more. One, 2. I also need, I think, 3 Rocky Babies. Oh, it tells me actually what their favorite food is.
Yes, it does.
I am not used to having that info by looking at them.
these signs are so cute. I recommend phosphorus and tabbies will come from Anubis.
I've already hybridized the tabbies. In order for me to do it again, I have to tar them out. It's a personal thing of mine.
No, that's fine, love.
No, I'm just letting you know. If you want that, I have to tar them. I can do it. The only thing is you'll be forced to watch with me.
Yeah, Raina likes taking responsibility for things.
Mm-hmm. So if I have to tar something, I stand there and I watch them. Do I want to? No.
Anubis was just recommending, though.
Oh, I know, and it's a beautiful recommendation, and they're absolutely cute. I know exactly why Anubis recommended it. See, I don't even blame Anubis at all for recommending it. Just letting you know, if you actually want it, I'll do it. I will have to tar the other ones though, and whoever's in stream with me and watching gets to watch them tar too. It's just a personal thing. If I'm gonna do this to them and make them suffer, I can't turn my back.
Don't look away from the flowers.
Don't look away, you did this.
Okay. I mean, the quality's a little lower, but that is optimized so much more nicely.
Where are my spiky boys? Spikies! Where you at? Wait, sun's coming up. Spiky boys should be coming out soon. Spiky boys. I just
I'm doing
need
a quick lag test on
two
my
of you.
end for Monster Hunter World.
Oh, I already know it lags on my end.
Well, remember,
Up
it was,
all night.
It was laggy before
Spiky
streaming
boy.
came on.
One. Need one more. Give me a spiky boy. Come on. Give me another one. Hey, one more spiky boy. Come on. This is where y'all gonna be jumping out. Come on.
Honey, you have a hydrate
Oh, okay. Hydrate.
in front of me.
There you go. Try to drink it too fast. Oh, and guys, the hydrate is on a 2-minute cooldown, so since Coffee pressed it, it can't be pressed for another 2 minutes. We have learned from when I was helping.
Buttery smooth now.
It's what?
It is buttery smooth on my end now.
Going after Velcana?
Just take a glance.
Yeah, that's nice, but you also have to start streaming it too. Because that will slow you down too.
Oh no, that's fine.
boys, where are you? I apologize if this is so, if this is boring.
Honey, it's not boring. I just wanted to make sure I compared.
Spiky boy! Hi, I got my last one. I typically like putting the rocks with the crystals and calling them my, what do we call those? The rock candy? Like making the rock candy, the
Rock
nukes. Yeah.
We call them rock candy, love.
Uh-huh. And, putting the crystal and the mosaics together. Wait, are those both meat eaters?
Which ones?
Crystal and mosaic.
Oh. No.
Okay.
They're both veggie.
Oh, we can't put those together because we do the meat eater thing. Oh, I only had like 3 minutes left. Shit. Boom! Hey, look at all that shit!
Oh no.
I got a rooster. Hey, bitches! Food!
Hey, look, we can actually trade without the mod.
We can what? Yeah, I know, right? I got money!
I'm gonna have to step away for now.
Dash boots. 700. Earn it. Why you gotta step away, sweetie?
I'm gonna have to step away so that way I can go get a shower. Because it's.
What time is it? What time is it?
It is 9:37. If I don't shower, I will be late.
That's fair.
Or I also dropped face swap down to 1,000.
You did what?
I dropped face swap to 1,000 because everyone just spent all their points on oh fuck Decima.
I told you they were gonna do that.
I know. They have to save up points again. Oh no.
Might as well get a silo early on. So I can start saving up food. So, probably gonna go for the... Okay. Where's the iridescent quarry? I think is what it's called. So I can get the nukes, my puddles and stuff. That rooster does not want to be in here. Sorry, buddy, your food. I also do not make chicken coops because they are too expensive. So I always put my meat eaters with my plant eaters. Hey Star, I see you playing what was I think Digimon something? Yay, chicken. Oh, I found my notes. Well, I goofed that up. Okay. So I should have done Tabby and Phosphor. And Pink and Rock. So I need to find the heartbeats. And, Victor. Which... That's probably Victor right there. Alright, what do you want? 9 phosphor, 7 pinks, and 5. Alright. I can get the pinks, that's easy. It's the 5 rocks that are going to be a little bit more difficult. Hey, Specky boy. Where's your brothers? Might as well go open it up. Indigo quarry. Hey, buddy. How you doing there? Oh, you're big. Okay, I can't get you. Ouch. And there's a tar. Great. Oh, hi. Oh, shit! Ah. Fuck. How do I get out of here? Ah! I'm sorry, babies. I have to run. Did I just get myself stuck? Oh, hi. Yeah, I think I just got myself stuck. I got really lost. Oh. Shit. No, I need you. Fuck. Let's push it there. Ooh, heartbeats. Okay, so... my place for nukes. 900. Yeah, rocks. You can be over here. Omnivorous? I mean, technically I should have had that anyway. I need a port collector for this one first. I'm gonna be dealing with the boogers. With the nukes. Alright, Oh, that is pretty. I never thought of that combo before. Boom and phosphorus. That's what I want to see. Ouch. Alright, how do I get up there? Didn't want to see where I had passed. Yeah, I can't get there. All I gotta do is get you to poop. Where's veggies?
Excuse me, what?
Not you. Oh,
Yeah,
the rock.
Anubis, Raina's not been able to hear or see what you've been saying. Just because the fact that she hasn't been full screen though.
So who likes the rock?
Who likes the rock slime?
No, the rock. The
Honey, say it again, but slower.
the toy.
Yeah, say it again, but slower.
Fuck off.
I love you.
Where are you finding food? Oh, hi.
Anyway, let me just catch up the chat for a second. Let's see. Raina, what are some of your favorite slimes that you know of from Anubis?
Combinations or just individual slimes?
They're just some of your favorite slimes.
Honey and phosphor.
Honey and phosphorus? Alright. Oro asks, what slime would you eat?
Honey. I mean, come on, that's obvious.
Anubis went, honey seems the most likely to be honest, and that then water. But if we
No, we drink the water slime. We
But
eat the honey slime.
If we include some of the revealed ones from Slime Ranger 2, the bunny slimes might taste good.
The what?
Bunny slimes. Are you alright, honey?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Boom Foss would be slime, would be nice, but the explosions would be annoying, but easy to feed since we want them. General Suitspoon. Oof, listen to Dracula and fell asleep.
Who said that?
Maki fell asleep listening to Dracula.
I mean, that's kind of the point, but hilariously enough, he was the first one that suggested it, so...
Well, I think next week we're going to have me Chitterpating as Dracula.
Chitter-pating?
Chitterpating, yes. Chittering, chattering, talking,
Okay.
monologuing. Chitterpating. How was your nap? How was your nap?
Yeah,
Maki?
how was your nap, Maki?
You know, they're going to have so much time to save up points during your reading
And?
in all the streams this week.
Yeah, so if you guys save up your points, you control the hell out of Sagral.
And make us face swap and have you read Dracula lines and you read the during the rest for those 5 minutes.
It depends on how they do the
How they save
face
their
swap.
points.
Mhm.
Reading Jonathan Parkin's Goofy.
That's not part of the face swap.
No, it just says we swap positions for 5 minutes. So, if you're reading the normal person, the narrator, and we face swap, then I'd be reading the narrator for 5 minutes.
If you do Goofy, I'm shutting the stream off.
You really think I would do Goofy?
Mm-hmm.
No. I don't... It's funny, but I would not actually read as Goofy. My voice could not take it.
As much as you've joked about it, it's only a few minutes, and yeah.
I joke about it because I just like casual murder. Wait, my coffee's a little too dark. I need to lighten it up. Let's contemplate murder.
Flirt Tycoon.
What's a hybrid habit done? Like ever?
There's probably quite a few. Can I think of one at the moment? No.
Have we done Disco Hunters?
No, I've been terrified of the possibility.
What, being invisible mad bombers on you?
Yeah. Am I not justified in this fear? Thank you for the,
Nell's rating with 10 people, and
Oh.
we have a first-time chatter. From Sound Alerts.
Huh?
Sound Alerts for the first-time chat. It sounds
Yeah.
like it was the first time here from
Oh, we
Sound
actually
Alerts.
have sound alert? First time chatter sound alert?
Yeah, that's why you
Nice.
get a little bell.
Thank you. My game is full screen, unfortunately, so I'm not able to see who it is. But my
Hey,
husband,
Nell.
Sagral, actually can see it. Hey, Nell, how's it going? How's everybody going? Or how's everybody doing? I gotta go try to see if I can get a rad slime again. Or attempt to see if I can get one. Or at least a plort.
At least a plort.
If I can get the plort, then I can actually put the... because I want to get nukes. I like the nukes. Although the boom phosphor is really pretty.
Those are...
Because I just saw it and I was like, oh. But I typically get the honey phosphors.
Just letting the writers know that we definitely have a point system now, so they'll be
Yes,
able to
we do.
interact with us.
Also, if you save your points, you can troll the crap out of Sagral. while he's playing.
Or while you're reading.
Yeah, I'm trying to draw distraction away from that. Because I would really appreciate people not doing the oh fuck this way.
Well,
Please not.
What? At least once we get some more sound alerts, they'll have more options to mess with.
So honey, how was my imitation?
You're doing good, huh?
I am trying to get one of the rad slimes, but I am not very good at this. I am great for staying home and maintaining. Really? Already?
What's already?
There's a tar.
Oh no.
But I'm trying to figure out how to get to the rad slimes. Ooh, there's an upstairs tunnel. What's this? Oh no, I found the crystals.
Yes, you did.
So, does anyone want some boom crystals? Because,
I'm gonna steal your phone for a second. Sorry.
crystals are... Wait, what are the crystals like?
Crystals like the odd onions.
Shit.
So fusing them with another veggie eater or
Hey,
or
odd
would
onion.
work.
God damn you. Catch. 7. Let's head back up here. I think I'm gonna do crystal booms. Ooh, because booms are carnivores.
Correct.
And if I do crystal booms,
Even though you won't have infinite points here, look what I've set up for you.
yes, that it's gonna catch.
Not if there's no sound. You'll now have chat since I'm going to be leaving soon, huh?
Cool. Well, I'm probably going to be jumping off. I just gotta get back home so I can make my crystal booms. Excuse me. So I'll make crystal booms and rad rocks. Shift things around a little bit. Wait. No, rad's gotta be with something else. They gotta be with the meat eater. Not to mention some of my slimes that are already back home are gonna be mad at me. Another reason why I like playing multi-person. So that way I can make sure I stay home and take care of all of the slimes and make sure they're fed. And then they don't get mad and break out of their pens. They're cute. And this is bad. Ouch. Here, eat it. Okay, yeah, I have the roof on it. Oh, I don't like the projectiles. Oh no, what have I done? Oh no, what have I done? Ah, I messed up. I'll deal with it, but I think I messed up. Hybridize! Hey, little guy. Hybridize. And on average, this is how quick... Really? I hate you so much right now. You really clipped, I think I messed up.
Yes.
Why, are you gonna make that a sound thing? You're gonna make that a sound thing, aren't you? I'm actually okay with this.
Good.
I'm okay with this. Because you know what? If we start freaking out during Monster Hunt or something like that, it makes sense. Well, the main one that freaks out during Monster Hunter is May. What? What are you laughing at? Say, nobody said anything yet. You've made it so I can see that. What do you
Stream when you're ready to watch it.
What did you do? By the way, if anybody is in our Discord, they can actually... We have a section of clips from stream if you want to see some of us being absolutely dumb. Just... I'm usually the one that runs away from things, like screaming like a little girl. You're still giggly. What did you do? What did you do?
I'm watching some of the clips and I'm just giggling.
Okay, there's no net on the top of that. So I should probably see if there's any rock boys. What do you want? 7 carrots, 3 oka. And okay. Seven carrots and 6. Don't remember what those are called. You think I can't hear you over there giggling?
So our clips are great. I'm sorry. It just kind of puts a smile on my face when we see our clips. Hey, look, make sure I'm not like working. Okay.
Okay, then as soon as I get back to, and they're trying out again. What time is it?
It is 10:13, my love.
No, you can leave at 10:30, right?
It's Saturday night.
And?
What? Around the road.
I know, people be dumb.
Hmm?
I know, people be dumb, but let me go take care of this, rock. What, Hey, look at what I got.
Oh my, is that one of your red ports?
That's one of the ones I was trying to look for and couldn't find. Because I was gonna... Wait, do I have Rocky Boys over there? I don't have Rocky Boys over here. However, Wait, there is another one. Now I just need to get a bunch of rock slimes.
Got any rads?
No, I don't have to get rads at all now.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's good to hear, hon.
Give me a moment. Doo-ba-doo-doo. Pick up poo, don't leave a mess. And if it appears I'm leaning, I do that. It's weird. Because for some reason, subconsciously, I think it's actually going to help me. I don't know why. Just behave. Anyway, I am going to save and quit. Quit.
Oh, put your mouse back in. Remember?
Yeah. I think it's
Middle one, yep.
middle one. There you go. There we go. Take my mouse back in. So close out Steam and checking out. You seriously put it in the I hate you so much.
I just auto-clipped it. That's all I did.
You're a butt. Anyway, shows up the newest subscriber.
Have your sources tab right here?
Huh?
Drag and drop over this way.
Why?
Just do it.
Why?
Because your audio mixer is underneath it right now.
So?
Okay.
Is that important? Anyway, thank you all for joining. Thanks for listening to when I read Dracula. I will be doing that next week. I believe it's going to be on Tuesday, I think is when I announced it in the server. Um, Discord server. Um, Thank you for watching me struggle with Slime Rancher a little bit, and I will be heading off for the night, and we're going to be closing up the cafe. Again, thank you for everybody who's followed us. Thank you to all of the raiders if you guys are still here. Thank you to everybody who's subscribed, and we greatly appreciate it. I hope you guys all have a good night, and see you guys next week.